I didn't want to make a film about the Holocaust, but if you're a filmmaker and Jewish, then it comes on the job description. What right have I to make a film about the Holocaust? I'm not a direct descendant of victims or survivors. I'm just a tourist. The idea of visiting death camps has never appealed to me, but when I heard of the 60th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, I knew I wanted to see the 2,000 survivors leaving the camp for possibly the last time. But while everyone else seemed to have transport, survivors were stuck out in the snow for hours.
He's saying that they didn't kill them in the camp, they will kill them here.
In 1946, it was Polish survivors who returned to the camp to stop it being destroyed or forgotten. It was survivors who created the Auschwitz Museum. Without them, there would be no tourism. Seeing how we treat the survivors made me even more uncomfortable about being a tourist. As tourists, we follow a trail blazed by Hollywood. In 1992, Steven Spielberg's Schindler's List put Auschwitz onto the tourist map, but in Krakow, it gave birth to a new kind of tourism.
Steven Spielberg used this main street as the main square of the ghetto. You remember that there's a street full of suitcases. Spielberg used this street. Yes, this building you can see in the movie. The soldiers were going around this balcony. He made artificial gates somewhere here and also at the end of the street.
I spoke to the person who speaks Hebrew, and it's just the mixed letters. It's just an idea to decorate the garden. But everybody asking actually for that, what's the meaning of it? It doesn't have any meaning.
There are guys eating roast pork cutlet in a Jewish-style restaurant. Wonderful they came, and they are doing the little bit they can to identify with Jewish Krakow.
How old do you think those signs are? Do you think they're authentic?
It seems to be authentic, yes.
They're put up 2 years ago for the tourists.
Yes.
Prywatnie nie wierzę w odrodzenie kultury żydowskiej w Polsce.
Just when I thought I understood Kazimierz, I met Emanuel Elbinger. He is a Holocaust survivor who designs Jewish souvenirs.
Dzisiaj już prawie nie ma rzeźbiarzy, którzy pamiętają Żydów z autopsji. Ale oczywiście na początku główne tego robili błędy, bo oni w rzeczywistości Żyda nie widzieli. Widzieli tylko na filmie. Ja myślę, że to jest to stare pokolenie, które już znikło, a chodzi o to, żeby przypominało.
The Galicia Museum also remembers the lost Jewish past.
We've got a series of photographs of what can still be seen today of the physical remains of that culture here in Poland. We need a new set of images to place alongside the pictures of Auschwitz-Birkenau, saying it was a Jewish culture that was destroyed.
If you are a religious Jew aware of the significance of Kazimierz in Jewish history, the very air of Krakow is sacred. The saintly people who lived there, one after the other, the extraordinary influence they had beyond Poland to the present day, wherever Jews live, is immeasurable. I'm not exaggerating. If, however, you're a German tourist, to sip a beer in a Jewish-style cafe in a place which evokes the Jewish past of this city, which was destroyed by your grandparents, may touch you emotionally. If you're an American, it's a beautiful Disneyland.
Tourism to Kazimierz has created a romantic facade which hides a much richer and more difficult past. But nothing I've seen here can prepare me for Auschwitz.
We pick up in Scotland, make our way to Hull, we take the overnight boat, make our way to Magdeburg, where we stay 1 night, 2 nights in Poznan, 2 nights in Warsaw, stopping en route to Chopin's museum, down to Krakow, doing Auschwitz en route, 3 nights in Krakow, 1 night in Berlin, 1 night in Hanover, back to Rotterdam, 13 days in total. Highlights of Poland it's called. It's a good tour.
The biggest traffic starts now. It's about 11 o'clock because most of visitors came here from Krakow.
People who visit the Auschwitz Museum are day trippers. They look as if they've come to Blackpool.
I tell them it's not, we're not going to a tourist site, we're going to a museum, and we're going to a place where many people come to pilgrimage.
There are people who who come here to show respect, to try to consider something about our nature, human nature. But another group of people who just came here because they saw a place on a map.
We just thought that we were in the area and we thought we should come and see.
It's important, that's historical.
Kind of just make a vacation out of it, and of course you have to come here.
They are not mentally prepared to be here, emotionally prepared to be here.
The pickpocket warning.
Every such place has, his own amateurs of pickpockets.
Is there an ice cream place here?
Yeah, you can buy ice cream over there in that shop.
Oh, and the hot dog stall, yeah.
Because it's not a place where you can have a picnic after the visiting. I'm very tired, so I'm drinking Coca-Cola.
Do people do that?
Yes. If there are children with their parents, we can do nothing. We do not want to have visitors under the age of 14 because they don't understand.
The slogan above the main gate is very famous. Arbeit macht frei. Work makes you free. So visit starts here. Auschwitz was a kingdom of terror. People were beaten, people were killed, people were chicaned, people were tortured, starvation, overwork, diseases, and so 1942 started mass extermination of Jews in Auschwitz. Block number 5, Jewish blind. Block number 6, they slept here, they were beaten here, they were killed here. It was really a factor of killing.
To be the good guide, you don't need to be the historian, good historian. It's like the mission, I would say.
To go straight to the hearts of those who are here. Maybe not to brains, but to the heart. People had undressed themselves here, and then first women, children, then men, they were let in and they were killed by gas. Look on the visitors, you see first of all they're wondering, they're surprised, they're shocked. Everybody has the same question, why? Why it was possible?
I didn't always feel sad wandering around Auschwitz, but I felt I should be. The Auschwitz experience is overwhelmingly about the suffering of the victims. But what about more difficult questions about human nature, like the fact that the Germans delegated a great deal of the running of the camp to the prisoners themselves?
You need to assume from the outset the tourist is going to understand nothing at all. Or you're going to so totally disorient the tourist that he'll come away saying, gee, I just couldn't make out what all that was about. Given that choice, as a responsible museum, what do? You go for the simple option. And I would say to you, it may be that such a person, even for a few minutes during those few hours, can be touched. Even though I'm aware of all the problems, when people ask me, should we go to Auschwitz? I say, you damn well get off your backside and go there. The dead are waiting for you to come. What I think mass tourism is obscuring is the fundamental fact that Auschwitz is by far and away the world's largest cemetery. There needs to be tombstones, carrying every single name of every single person. That would be a very powerful statement as far as the eye can see. 1 million tombstones, try to imagine the extent of that. Now that would put mass tourism into a different frame of mind.
Auschwitz shows us what we can do as a man, as a people.
Do you think all the tourists get that?
Maybe not all. But some of them.
Whether we get it or not, when we visit Auschwitz and Krakow, I've learned that we are not just passive consumers of history. Because when the last survivor is gone, it's up to us, as Holocaust tourists, to decide which memories are kept alive.
I think people are cashing in on the deaths of a lot of people. It's not the perfect situation, but it's all right if people can be informed about how much these people suffered. If we forget about it now, there's nothing stopping it happening again. It is happening again in other countries, and we're not as far from other countries as a lot of us like to think. You can't spend a day in England without hearing some kind of racist remark. Like it's nothing, just a racist remark. Little groups of people all hating each other because of little differences and things.